Do you want Damian Lillard to come to Miami, the 305, to play for the Miami Heat? Well, if you do your part and do not leave anything up to chance. Don't jinx it. Spam Dame in the comment section, and if you do, Damian Lillard will play for the Miami Heat come this fall. We asked you to spam Dame in the comment section for today's show to get him to the Miami Heat. Well, on today's show, we have a ton of new information regarding Damian Lillard and trade negotiations between Miami and Portland. And a lot of new information came from NBA Insider Shams Charania. And he said on his TV show, The Rally, this is where things started yesterday mid-afternoon. He said, what I am told is that Portland has told Miami, make us your best offer. And that's intriguing to me because, you know what? Portland's being a bunch of stiffs right now, and they're being a hardball. And usually the team that has the leverage, which is the Miami Heat, the team trying to get Damian Lillard because Dame says, I'm not playing for Portland. So the team that has the leverage is Miami. They're the one playing hardball. But actually, Portland is the one doing it. Shams also had this to say on a potential Damian Lillard trade in the package. Sides have spoken recently. Nothing significant. So far, Portland has not elected to really engage with Miami and try to solicit best offers. When you look at potential packages from Miami, expirings, Nikola Jovic, 3 to 4 first-round picks and pick swaps, for Portland, that'd be a really sound get. And Portland is being so damn annoying right now because, as Shams just pointed out, the Heat's package, the 3 to 4 first-round picks, swaps, expiring salary, and last year's 27th overall pick, Nikola Jovic, that's a solid offer. And for Damian Lillard, who wants to be traded, the Blazers don't have any leverage. So take what you can get. Take 4 first-round picks. Take another young asset that can really do something in this league in a good rebuilding culture in Nikola Jovic. And what they're doing is not engaging. And I think the Heat are really trying to get this deal done, right? Like, they're willing to send 4 first-round picks, hero to a third team. They're willing to trade Nikola Jovic, which, even though we'll get into a little bit later, would break my heart. It's just that Joe Cronin is not really, I guess let's just say, motivated to help the Miami Heat get this trade done. And what he has really done in this negotiations is make it difficult. I truly believe the Heat could have had this deal done by now if it wasn't for Cronin being a stiff. Like, when you think about it, there's multiple teams reported that could be intrigued by acquiring Tyler Hero, right? That's number one. Then number two, you have to get Portland, Miami, and that third team in the same room, same call, to hash things out. And Joe Cronin has not done that. And he was supposed to do this because Sean Highkin reported that he was going to help out Damian Lillard. And this came on June 26th, 2023, on a timeline where Damian Lillard officially requested his trade on July 1st. So this came about 4 or 5 days ahead of Damian Lillard requesting a trade. Highkin said this: if Lillard does request a trade, it is expected that in the coming days and weeks, Cronin will work with Lillard's representation to find a deal that works for everyone. And as I just stated, Cronin has not done that whatsoever, which makes Joe Cronin, the Blazers GM, a liar, and I despise liars. Lying is for the weak, and Cronin has promised multiple things to Damian Lillard that he has not done at all. He has not worked with the Heat. He has not helped Damian Lillard build a contender, and that kind of just brings out the lies that Joe Cronin has put out to the media, put out to Damian Lillard, and it's really sad that he has done this because Damian Lillard's the best Portland Trailblazer of all time, and he was not able to do enough and stay to his true word to keep Damian Lillard in Portland. Number one, told Damian he's building a contender, did not do that whatsoever. All he did in free agency was re-sign Jeremy Grant, and he did nothing in the trade market. What did Damian Lillard want to do? Trade the number 3 overall pick, trade the 23rd overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft, and get key veterans to help him win in Portland. What'd they do with those picks? Nothing. Drafted Scoot Henderson and then Chris Murray at 2023. So they didn't do anything to help build a championship roster with Damian Lillard staying in Portland with the 2 picks, with their money in free agency. And then what was the third and final lie so far? Not working with Damian Lillard through a trade. And I think this could be really sour the relationship between Damian Lillard, between the Portland Trail Blazers. Because if the GM tells you he's going to do A, B, and C, and he goes 0 for 3 and picks option number D on a test, and you're failing. You're absolutely failing. And Damian Lillard might not have a good relationship with Portland, with the Trailblazers going forward. And it's really sad to see, because anytime you see a great like Dame for a specific franchise leave on bad terms, you think of, in the NFL, Calvin Johnson and the Detroit Lions. It's just really sad to see. But I'll ask you guys this, and it is today's pinned comment on today's show, so scroll down and answer it for me in the comment section. Will Damian Lillard get traded to Miami? I kind of just revealed to you what the latest on Damian Lillard is, according to Shams Charania. Let me know with that new information, is Damian Lillard going to play for the Miami Heat next season? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Also, this is why you subscribed. If you want to be the most informed Miami Heat basketball fan on the planet, hit that sub button. We have the news, we have the rumors, and everything surrounding Damian Lillard. We're also very close to a big-time milestone of 5,000 subscribers, and I'll make you guys a deal. If we get there by Saturday, I will shotgun a beer on next Monday's episode. Just a little incentive for you guys to hit that sub button, but you also become the most informed Heat fan on the planet. All right, Shams kind of laid out the groundwork, the framework, if you will, of a potential Damian Lillard trade, and I want to look at it more in depth and break it down. Let's just say this. He mentioned that the Heat get Damian Lillard, and the Blazers get Kyle Lowry, Nikola Jovic, 4 first-round picks in 24, 26, 28, 30, plus pick swaps. Now, there are some money aspects that have to happen for this trade to work. The Nets are receiving Tyler Hero, and the Heat are getting a first-round pick in 2025, which allows them to send 2 extra first-round picks to Portland to make it 4 rather than just 2. And to make salaries work, the Blazers also get veteran guard Spencer Dinwiddie. And I think this is more than a fair offer. When you break down the assets Portland is getting, they're getting 4 first-round picks, all unprotected from Miami in 24, 26, 28, and 30, while they're also getting a young player, Nikola Jovic, and they are getting some other good expiring contracts. When you have Damian Lillard wanting out, right? Like, you're not going to get a ton of good players and good picks, because when he demands one specific team, that's just what's going to happen. You can't control, and especially when Damian Lillard has soured the market, right? Like, Boston's been interested. The Clippers could be interested. The Thunder could be interested. The Spurs could be interested in Damian Lillard. But if Dame openly says, I am not going to play for any of those teams, I am only going to play for the Miami Heat, then it really changes what you could get out there from other teams. And when you look at players like Nikola Jovic, who is really good and can be a really good young player for the future. I mean, he played in 15 games last season, right? Like, he didn't do a lot for Miami, but when he has played in Summer League this offseason, he has flashed. 15 points per game this Summer League, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 40% from the field and 33% from 3. I mean, you guys know how bullish I am on Nikola Jovic. He's 6'11", has great handles, great shooting stroke, good pick and pop guy, but also can handle the rock, grab a rebound on the defensive end, and take it 90 feet all the way to the rack, draw a foul. And I'm not going to say he's Giannis Antetokounmpo, but the way he gets a rebound and runs in transition with the ball in his hands and gets to the cup, very, very similar to the Greek Freak. Nikola Jovic is a really good young piece and could help build that Portland Trailblazers roster to the future. When you think of a Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons, then you throw in Jeremy Grant and Nikola Jovic into the mix, you might have a young team that can really do things in the future. But I also mentioned 2 expiring contracts that are very valuable in the NBA. One, because you can flip them at the deadline to a team that has cap space for picks, or you can just have that money go onto your books for 1 year and come off the year following. And they'd be getting 2 guards with 1 year in salary. Kyle Lowry, $29.6 million for that 1 year, and Dinwiddie, $20.3 million for that 1 year. And both are guys who not only are they expiring contracts, and you could flip them at the deadline for picks, but a contending team who wants a scoring guard off the bench or a veteran, right? Like Spencer Dinwiddie gives you 18, 20 a night. He can be traded to a contender midway through the year. And Kyle Lowry, if he could be moved to another team as well, if Portland doesn't want to hold on to Kyle, for a team that wants a veteran point guard off the bench, I know the Clippers have Russell Westbrook, and they're in the market to potentially get James Harden, but if you were to tell me Kyle Lowry wouldn't help steer the ship there and help that Clippers offense, I think you're absolutely crazy. And that's why I think this is a really good return for Portland. I mentioned the 2 expirings. I mentioned the 4 first-round picks. You get pick swaps, and you get a young player like Nikola Jovic. I think this trade makes all the sense in the world for all teams, right? Like Portland gets the 4 first-round picks, a young guy, and expiring, and then you also see the Nets get Tyler Hero, the Heat get Damian Lillard, and then they get a first-round pick to also open up and free a potential Damian Lillard trade with that first-round pick. But I'll have to ask you this. Should Portland accept this trade? I laid out what the Heat are giving up, what Portland's receiving, and then you got the Nets in there too, the throwaway to get Tyler Hero, which they send a first-round pick. But let's focus on the Blazers. Should they accept this massive Damian Lillard blockbuster trade? Type A for accept, type D for decline. Let me know in the comments section. Next on today's show, ESPN Insider believes the Heat will win the NBA Finals. That insider is Tim Bontemps, which shout out to him, by the way, Bonnie legend. Get the alumni shout out in there. But this is what Bontemps had to say on ESPN yesterday afternoon. If the Heat do get Dame, they have the best big 3 in the NBA and would arguably be the favorites to win the Finals. That's what's at stake for Butler and Miami. Jimmy and Dame in their mid-30s. There's a reason why Miami is the one team trying to get into the Dame sweepstakes. And I've been trying to tell you all this. If the Heat get Damian Lillard, they're winning the NBA Finals, or at least should be the favorites. I get the Nuggets just won the NBA title, and they are returning almost everyone. Take away Bruce Brown, yeah, sure, he's a good role player, but you've got the same core there for Denver, and I get why they would be the favorites. But the Heat are right there. Dame, Jimmy, and Bam, like that is very, very dangerous. And I'm going to get on the hot take. It's going to be a hot take, sure. You can roast me down in the comment section. But I think a Dame, Jimmy, and Bam big 3 fits better together offensively and defensively better than the first big 3. And I do want to break this down for you player by player. When you look at the 2 big 3s in comparison, you got the guard, the ball handler, and Damian Lillard and D. Wade. You got the wing and Jimmy and LeBron, and then you got the big men of Bam and Chris Bosh. And don't flame me right now, but I'm just going to flat out come and say it. Bam Adebayo is a better player than Chris Bosh right now. Like Bam's prime, which is right now, he just turned 26 yesterday, so happy birthday, is better than the Heat's Chris Bosh version. And Bosh was very good. Let me not just say and act like he was some scrub in Miami. But Bam is the best defender in the entire planet. He is number 1 while putting up 28 points per game and averaging 55% from the field. And then you got Jimmy and LeBron. Obviously, that was LeBron's peak. No one's going to say Jimmy's better than LeBron. But when Jimmy Butler gets in the playoff mode, Hemi mode, you might say, in the postseason, there is not 5 better players in the entire NBA than Jimmy. And then let's look at the guards now. Obviously, D. Wade is the best guard and best player to ever put on a Heat jersey, in my opinion. But Damian Lillard is coming off a season where he just averaged 32 points per game. So you have the scoring and the three-point shooting of Damian Lillard, putting up 30 points per night while shooting 38% from the 3. And then you got Jimmy's two-way ability at the wing, his clutch mode, his two-way prowess. Then you've got Bam, the best defender in the NBA, putting up 20 a night. And I can just imagine the Damian Lillard, Bam Adebayo pick and rolls where Dame comes off a screen, splashes a 3 in your eye hole, or you want to come up and press that little drop pass to Bam Adebayo, who skies in and slams it home. The offense and defense of Jimmy, Bam, and Dame would be so damn good. And we saw a period where D. Wade, LeBron, and Bosh really struggled to find their way together and how to play the right way together. Dame, Jimmy, and Bam, I think, would be able to slide in and play really well right from the get-go. And this is where I'll close out today's show. Larry O'Brien trophy, Mr. O'Brien. He is coming to the 305 if Dame comes too. If Dame gets traded to Miami, and I think it's a matter of when, not if, the Heat are winning the NBA title. And you can clip this, you can put this on Freezing Cold Takes if they don't win it, but I am that confident that they will win the NBA championship and get that illustrious fourth title to the 305, and Jimmy Butler is finally celebrating with confetti coming down on him after it not going so well the last 2 times he's been in the NBA Finals. That's going to do it for today's show. Thanks for sticking around and making us your one-stop shop for Heat news and rumors. And if you want more of that as we go throughout the NBA offseason, hit that sub button. And you know the deal I made you. We get to 5,000 subs by Saturday. I'm chugging a beer.